Okay, here's some quick help with HomeLink 9.8, which is called Equal Shares and Equal Parts. And here we're looking about stories where you're basically using division to solve the problems, but you can solve the problems in different ways. So first we've got 31 children in Dante's class. This sounds familiar. Each table seats 4 children. So how many tables are needed to seat all of the children? And there's different ways to do this. Maybe don't use a calculator. Use counters or pictures to help you. So I really prefer pictures, so let's do a quick picture of this situation. So I'm just drawing a bunch of these tables, and these are like circular tables from the top because that was the easiest way to draw them. So imagine we've got 4 people sitting at each table. So you have 4 there, you'd have 4 there. And let's remember we've got 31 students in this class. Now, I don't need to draw 31 students because I can basically count by 4s, right? There's 4 here. This would be 8. And I'm going to keep going. 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. And this brings us to an interesting part because if we go here, it would be 32, which is more than 31, but we would still need this table. If we didn't have this table, the 3 students remaining here would have no place to sit. So you still need this table here, which would give you 32 total. So you have room for one more. So this is the number of tables you're going to need to seat 31 students. And if you just use straight up division to do this, you'd have 31 divided by 4, which is 7 with a remainder of 3. But your answer is not 7 because you need a place for these students too. So that gives you the answer for the first one. And number 2 is very similar. Emily and Linnea are helping out on a chicken farm, their uncle's chicken farm, and the hens laid 85 eggs. So how many cartons of a dozen eggs could they fill? And the key here is how much is a dozen, and hopefully you know that that is 12. So here I've got a bunch of egg cartons, and each one has a dozen eggs or 12 eggs. And again, we're going for 85 eggs is the number we're looking to get. So if you're going for 85 eggs, this one would be 12, right? And then 24 and 36. You'll notice when you're counting by 12s, the tens place goes up by 1, and the ones place goes up by 2. But just make sure you have enough cartons to get 85 eggs, and it won't be equal with 12 eggs fitting perfectly in the last carton, but make sure you have enough cartons so you can fit all of them. And the third one, I think, is a very similar type of problem, so try that one on your own if you can. And finally, partial products algorithm, just a quick review. 29 times 4. We're going to do 4 20s and then 4 9s, like this. And then I think you can figure out this answer here and then add them together. If you know another method, like the lattice method or something else you've learned, you can do it 2 ways and check to make sure they're right. But please at least practice the partial products algorithm just so you can learn more than one way to do it. That's all for this home link. If you have questions, please post them, and have a nice evening. Thank you.